Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol SNAP. Snapchat, we will take a look at the 15-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 15-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 15 minutes. So while this here may look like a couple weeks worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 15-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this one yesterday after the initial IPO, so that's where these red and green line hairs are coming from. But on that note, given the price had a very nice day, yes, these lines here still pertain to the chart, but from a presentation standpoint and not wanting a million lines everywhere that can cause clutter and confusion, just want to try to keep this as clean as possible. So first update though that needs to be made comes from a foundational principle in charting, and that states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So from more of a bigger term perspective right now, 2560 is definitely that level of support that you'd want to see hold. For the simple reason, the price was essentially stuck down in that range a whole lot yesterday. And the last thing you want to see the price do is fall back into previous ranges, right? I'm assuming I state the obvious that truly bullish moves don't fall back into ranges, they progress forward. Whereas if the price were to, let's say here in a drastic situation, go all the way down there, bounce around, and then head back up, well, even at that point in time, you'd have a base of lows right here. You'd have this base of lows down there. And if you picture those as stair steps, from the big picture of things, the stair steps would still be going in the upwards direction. So that's why to me, 2560, more so that very important overall area of support. A near term level of support, meaning, Clay, hey, what would make this chart look the best going forward? If the price can stay up above 2650, that would be the ideal situation. But if the price does drop below it, I'm not saying that the entire chart's ruined or anything like that, but preferably speaking, yeah, that would make the chart look the most attractive. Now, what about levels of resistance going into next week? First key level, and what I would call the fun one, because it's always fun to talk about, going to the previous highs and testing new highs. But right up here around the $29 mark, I realize the price did temporarily spike up there, but I think we can all agree that the majority of the congestion happened right there around $29. And yeah, $29 is, like I said, the fun one. That's the level to, it's always enjoyable to talk about testing previous highs, breaking to that. But in many cases, as is the case here, usually there's another hurdle, another bridge that first needs to be crossed. And that first bridge, that first hurdle, whatever you want to call it, is right here at $27.50. You can see that multiple times during the afternoon. The price tried to get up above it, both there, and just couldn't quite do it. So before you start talking about $29, that first hurdle that needs to be crossed right there at $27.50. But no doubt about it, a whole lot of volume this one, some good price movement, and I'm sure there'll still be plenty of eyes on it next week. So it'll be fun to see how this all unfolds. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey, Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means, click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.